Theft. Theft is a crime, but in the game, the Magic the Gathering, theft is just part of the deal. We've seen some of these before. You steal creatures, sometimes forever, sometimes temporarily. Sometimes other things, even artifacts or whatever. Temporarily, like I said, but sometimes it's on a creature. Other times you just straight up tutor your opponent's deck and put something out. That's pretty sweet. But most of them are like blue, red, that sort of nonsense. So let's make a few that aren't blue today. Stealers, that's what they always call them around here. So we're gonna get going with the black one, I guess. Well, for a second I almost wrote the B, but I really need to draw 2 skulls. And I gotta make sure that my camera is in focus. Oh, let's see. It looks fine to me. I'll check it again. This is Thorax Touch. You know, the Torok, not Turok, the dinosaur hunter, but Torok, him to Torok fame. That's what we're talking about today. But this one's an instant. Exile a card at random from target player's hand. Oh, awesome. But also you may play, you may use, like, I don't know the order this goes in, so I'm gonna write the mana thing first. I you use I wrote there, but that's not what we want at all. You may use mana. I don't know how they write this, as though it were any color. To play that card until the end of your next turn. I don't know. Like, is that how they wrote it? I just wanted it to be like the thing where you get to steal it and like you use mana of any color to play it, or I don't know, there's some effects like that on the go now. They're usually red, but we got this one card, 2 mana. I don't know if it's any good, whatever. Draw a hand here, definitely creepy hand at that. The sun is coming up here. It's a nice morning, it's good, but I'm wondering what the sun is gonna have, what sort of an effect it'll have on this video or whatever. But yeah, this is the usual. The hand, this doesn't look like a hand anymore, has a lot of stuff coming out of it, which is going down at this guy who's a wizard, who is in immense pain and having their thoughts stolen. Amazing. There should probably be something back here, I guess, then. With the moon. It's an oval. In this world, the moon is an oval. And some clouds. Kind of ruined it with the clouds, huh? And, well, I don't know, maybe there should be something under here. But I feel like I can't draw anything under there without screwing it up. So we're going to move on to the next one. We'll come back and look at this in a bit. We'll make a green one now because there's like hardly any green cards that take stuff. I don't know if I hardly any. There might be none at all. It might be against whatever rules they come up with, but who cares? This is Shady Elf. And maybe oh yeah, I said I was gonna check if it was gonna focus last time and I didn't. So let me do this. It's just a regular elf. I probably should have made more room for the text. Okay, so it wasn't focused. I got excited for no reason there. Having a drink. That's a good time. Alright, so this is Shady Elf. Point of Shady Elf is basically steal stuff, but it has non-basic land walk. Whoa. I screwed up writing that. And another thing I screwed up was I made way too much room for like the text or the picture, and not enough room for the text. It looks like it's a lot of text, so apologies about that one. But yeah, this basically is green, so it only is going to be able to steal your auras or your equipments. So here it is. I don't know if green cares about equipment, but they do now. Wayne Shady. I guess I could have put the initials, but anyway. She deals combat damage to a player. Wait, deals. There you go. Combat damage. Awesome. To a player. You may gain control of target. Maybe it doesn't need to say target, but anyway. Or equipment that the player controls. And then you may attach, and it's going to write it to permanent you control. And I just recalled that, or not recalled, I just thought of this flavor text. I'm back. There you go. Done. So this is attached to a permanent you control. I'm not sure if you have to specify that you should legally attach it to a permanent control, like don't put an equipment on your land or whatever, but I don't know. Isn't there just sort of like a land equipment and future site or whatever, the fortification? Alright, I just remembered that existed, so we're gonna make fortifications maybe next week. We'll see how it goes, man. I think that's a decent idea. Anyway, get back to the Shady Elf. Draw a picture of this fella. Creeping through the forest. What else is new? Pretty much always make my elves creeping through the forest. Elves have pointy ears, but this elf is in a robe. I don't know, kind of looks like a slug. I give him feet. There you go. Elf is creeping about. I guess, you know, you gotta have a dagger or something. This doesn't even look like an elf, but whatever. It's shady. It's shady. It's creeping. How are these trees? How are my trees looking, man? How are my trees? And I don't know, like, still looks like a slug. Alright, it's an elf. See this nose? It looks more like a slug. Alright, so there's a slug with a sword, and the Shady Elf is actually over here. And the Shady Elf is going to get the slug with the sword while hiding behind this tree. How about that? I think that's better. This is the Shady Elf. It's like arrow. This is the guy on the card, not this stupid picture. But anyway, it was an accident. Yeah, moving on. The Shady Elf. We'll talk about him in a minute. So now we're gonna make a sorcery, and this one's gonna be white. Let's see. I don't even know if this one needs as much room for the text, but sorcery, all messy. This one's 2 and two suns there. I tell you about the sun right now. It's coming in the window, shining right in my face, man. And it's not so bad because it's just the spring, or not the spring. It's still a winter, but like the late winter. Starting to feel a bit like springtime in the sun. But But yeah, by the time it's like, if this was the summer, man, and this was shining in my face, I would have to just stop what I was doing right now. But fortunately enough, it is not. But yeah, this is called non-compliance. I don't know if the name even makes sense, but I just thought it would be a cool name for a card, so it's the name of this one, which is just gain control of target creature, and put defender counter on it instead of writing it against defender. I don't know, they say trample counter on some stuff, so it's a defender counter. You're mine now. I feel like there should be some sort of word, like negative word towards whatever thing, but I keep thinking of swear words and I can't write them down. You're mine now, friend. And that was Belth who said that. And then yeah, what was this? What will this even look like? How do we make it not look like guard duty? How do we not make it look like that shady elf? Who knows? All right, so we got a creature. Here's the creature. It's like a big golem, big round golem guy, jacked golem. Bit like, well, you know, some one of Karn's bros. Not really Karn's bros, but you know what I mean. It's like from you wouldn't be surprised if you saw Karn like nearby if you saw this big golem here. But the golem is actually walking away from where they were stationed because now they belong to you. So this is like, I don't know, some sort of castle place where the golem used to live, but now the golem is left and is on their way over to your spot, and it's gonna be your golem there. And I guess, I don't know, I feel like there should be something here, so we put in, it's always nice to have some water. Maybe it's another road. Either way, use your imagination. That's whatever you want it to be. I feel like maybe there's like people or something. I don't know if these are people. And you know, we're a big fan of drawing horses around here, so we got a horse too. It's a horrible horse. It's just eating, and maybe a horse with a people. Horse with a people. There we go. That's bad too. But yeah, the golem's on his way. These things, I don't know, they're confused, and yeah, that's what this is. Non-compliance. I really don't think this art conveys the message, but yeah, maybe it does if they had like 2 paragraphs of like flavor text, like footnotes to explain what's going on or whatever. Wonderful stuff. I said most of these are blue and red, and you know, there's some artifact ones and stuff too, but you know, a scattered black one. But I said I'd make ones that were novice colors, and you know, I didn't really stick to it. But here we go. This is diplomatic solution. Oh, I got a cough. Wow. I was like, I breathed in a lot of dust. This is gonna be a red card, which is, you know, there's a lot of them already, but I thought this one was kind of cool, maybe a little different. I always like that. These are horrible fires, but anyway, that's what it is. I always like to ramp it up, you know, make a wilder creation as time goes on. So we got an enchantment here, and this is like a classic style of enchantment where it's at the beginning of your upkeep. It should probably do something when it comes out, to be fair. Otherwise, it's kind of annoying. But the effect is strong-ish. So, it doesn't do anything when it comes out. Probably should. Strategy should come out and like do 2 damage something or whatever, 1 damage, I don't know. But anyway, this is it. At the beginning of your upkeep. Oh man. You may sacrifice this. The diplomatic solution, and if you do, it's wild. If you do, choose 2 opponents. I don't know if I got this wording screwed up, but anyway, that's what it is. Choose 2 opponents. There's endless commas. Those players exchange control. Or yeah, I don't know how to word this, but those players exchange control of all lands they control. I don't know how to write it, but basically you want to use to swap lands. Well, you can't take someone else's lands because that would be crazy, but you can make 2 opponents in multiplayer swap their lands if you like to do that kind of nonsense. Those players exchange control of all lands that they control. I feel like that's written wrong. Then endless combos, like I said. Then each wait, I feel like maybe just those players again. Those players may sacrifice any number of lands, because you don't want to mana screw 2 people at once. That would be brutal. Well, not mana screwing yourself. That would just too crushing. So they can sack any number of lands, and or maybe not, and for each land sacrificed. Sometimes you just don't know how to spell anymore. This way, its controller. Wow. Can search for a basic land and put it out. Controller searches their library for a basic land card and adaptable card, and puts it into play tapped. And that's so like if you swap like someone's black and green decks mana for someone else's red and blue decks mana, which would be like nuts if they were just left with nothing and you were just sitting there doing whatever you wanted. So basically they can sacrifice the lands that they receive from the other person and then search their deck for like whatever basics and put them out. I don't know, this card's kind of foolish, but just some multiplayer stuff. I broke the thingy off the back of my pen while I was sitting there talking about it, so it must be intense. I don't know how to make this picture, so we'll make a table, I guess, because it says diplomatic solution, which I don't think this name makes sense again, or that this art is any good. Well, that's what it's gonna be. Some folks around the table, and there's like, I don't know, a centerpiece that's like a map, and they're like choosing what they're gonna do and what's gonna become of all the lands that they're owning and sharing, or not sharing, but like exclusively having access to in a wizard battle, several person wizard battle. But you're merely watching this occur, which is good for you. I feel like there should be some background back here though, Let's give me some bookshelves. This doesn't look like a bookshelf. But that's what we're gonna draw. It looks like toast. I don't know, that probably looks like toast. Now it looks like scribbles. These are bookshelves. These are bookshelves. Alright. I shouldn't have made that bottom line. Sure. Here's some more stuff in the corner. And here's a table with some like a pitcher of water. They always have a pitcher of water at these sorts of things. So there you go. Because that's how I feel. I need a pitcher of water myself right now. Well, this is a pitcher of water. You know what I mean? There we go. The diplomatic solution. I'll tell you what that does in a second. We're going back to where it was. Oh, that's last week. Here we go. Thorax Touch. It's an instant. 4 black. Black. Exile a card at random from target player's hand. You may use manas or mana of any color to play that card until the end of your next turn. I feel like this actually uses a target opponent's. Otherwise, you could just use it to like play cards from your own hand with your mana being any color, and screw that. So we change that over to opponent, and let's see. Shady Elf. This is a 2/2 elf for 2 in green. It's not amazing. Non-basic land walk. When Shady Elf deals combat damage to a player, you may gain control of target aura or equipment that that player controls, and then you may attach it to a permanent you control. And like, I feel like it has to be a permanent that's legal, but we don't know if that has to be pointed out or not, so let us know. Then we got non-compliance. This is a sorcery for 2 white. It's a simple one. Gain control of target creature and put a defender counter on it. So, even if they get it back later with their homeward path or whatever that one's called, it's still a defender. So whatever, non-compliance. And then we got the diplomatic solution. It's an enchantment for 1 red, kind of like some of these Urza's Legacy enchantments where at the beginning of your upkeep, if it sticks around for a full round, it finally goes off. You may sacrifice it, and if you do, choose 2 opponents. Those players exchange control of all the lands they control, and then those players may sacrifice any number of lands. For each land sacrificed this way, its controller searches their library for a basic land card and puts it into play tapped. Didn't finish writing it out. I don't know. I feel like this should haven't entered the battlefield too, because otherwise you're gonna play it and people are just gonna kill it and be like, "What did you just do? Why are you doing this? I don't like this. I don't know." No one ever wants you to do that. No one wants you to steal their stuff, but it's pretty fun. But yeah, that's all we got for now. And we'll be back with those fortify cards. Like I said, land equipment's coming up soon. Yeah, that's it.